It went out. I don't know what kind of internet this is that it does that. I don't know. It didn't give me no warning that time. My system, but not my camera. Gave me no warning. I'm thinking I'm talking. Okay. Now, if y'all was in here, come on back. I'm so tired of this. I don't know what to do. It's not my fault, y'all. It's the internet. It is the internet, right? Maybe they don't like me looking like the black queen that I am. I don't know. Come on up in here, y'all, because I got something to tell y'all so y'all can get into it too, honey. Um, uh, we talking about narcissists. It's the new lunch break live, and we talk about narcissism, right? So I was on Twitter yesterday, and I saw a comment by Jessie Wu that said she was so enthralled with this person, and she was on episode 29 or something, right? And I'm like, what episode, right? Hey T, thank you. I was on here and then it messed up. I hope Queen come back and whoever else was here. Of course, the internet messed up. So anyway, T, let me tell you this. As I started, when I discovered it, I started to text you, but it was too late. I mean, it was late at night. Anyway, so I was on Twitter and just going down the timeline. It might have been on IG, then I went to Twitter, right? Because Jessie Wu was saying she was captivated by this woman's story on TikTok, right? So she was like, she on episode 29. I'm like, episode 29, that's a lot, right? So I figured out who the woman was. And I'm going to tell you, her name is Risa Teresa, right? On TikTok. Risa, Reesa, Teresa, right? And, okay. And she is, after the first, you go 10 minutes on TikTok, which I didn't know. I ain't been on there in a minute. So I didn't know you can go 10 minutes. I thought it was 3. So you can go 10 minutes on TikTok, right? After the first episode, I said, she's with a narcissist, right? She hadn't said that, but she was talking. And the way she was talking, I almost couldn't go to sleep. I think I went to sleep on episode 24. Doing what I've been doing today, what I had to do for myself. I've been listening. I'm now on episode 29 or 8 or 7, something. I'm on episode something, right? Her name is Risa Tisa, Reesa, Tisa, Teesa. If you put in the woman, her title is Who the Fuck Did I Marry? If you put in Who the Fuck Did I Marry, she'll come up. Start from episode 1. So I'm listening to her. I'm feeling her. And all of the things that she is saying is what I've been telling y'all. You smart. You all of the things. You don't think that can happen to you, but it can. And everything he would say to her, all the feelings and emotions that she had, I had went through. My situation was nowhere near bad as hers because he was really a liar. Her name is, hey Nick, her name is Risa Tisa. When I tell y'all, that's what it is. Yeah, Risa Tisa. No space. But if you put in, thank you. If you put in, who the fuck did I marry? Who TF did I marry? She'll come right up. I think it's like 50 episodes. She started maybe 4 or 5 days ago, right? Listen, y'all. I'm in the middle. I'm on 25, 6, 7, somewhere around there, 8. This woman, and the reason why I'm telling y'all because it concurs with what I'm talking about: narcissistic men, lying men, and lying is one of the main tools of a narcissist, right? Isn't she looking sad? Isn't she looking? Oh, am I looking sassy? Am I? Well, thank you. Today I feel like when I wear my afros, I'm feeling away, right? And I'm on a mission, and so I need strength from the ancestors, right? I need strength from the ancestors because I'm feeling away. I'm glad to know that I look good. Thank you, because I'm feeling away. And then when I finish this live, I'm going to the store and get me something really good to eat. What it is, I don't know. I wish I was in Tea Kitchen. But last night, let me tell y'all something. Last night, me and my friend went to the store, right? It was a handsome black man. Ooh, black and chocolatey like we like him neat. And he was so happy. Hi. He, speaking first, threw me off. Now, I just got off work. I got on a jogging suit, a cap. I ain't really in the, in the thing of things, right? My friend see him, she is. Okay, go ahead. Um, he was a nice looking man. So we just happened to get up to the counter, check out what he did, right? And I think that, because he was so happily and waving to us and stuff, I think that my friend was trying to talk to him. He talked back, but I think he didn't respond like you want a man to respond, right? And I think that he was just trying to see, he was just shooting shit, see where it splatter, right? To make him feel good, which is what men do, especially narcissists, right? They're liars. So, uh oh. So again, y'all go to Risa Tisa. She on TikTok. I let me tell you, y'all know I'm a TV head, right? I cut the TV off so I can watch this until I got sleepy, right? I probably was on it about an hour and a half, right? Um, about an hour and a half, right? And hey, Classy Boots, I'm telling y'all to watch. Wait a minute, hold on. On TikTok, if you got TikTok, I don't know why you ain't if you ain't got it. This lady is giving a story of with her narcissistic husband that she married, and they met during the pandemic. The pandemic relationships out here, I didn't have one, but they was intense. People say, right? And she met him. He moved in during the pandemic. She'd only known him 2 weeks, 2.5 weeks. They got married. It's a whole thing. She got pregnant. The whole thing very quickly, right? That's why I tell y'all don't skip the steps. I don't give a damn what's going on. Don't skip the steps, right? If somebody try to make you skip the steps, put a stop to it. No, bro, we're not skipping the steps, right? So her name is Risa Tisa on TikTok, or you can put in who the TF did I marry, because that's what it's titled. Who the TF did I marry, right? Very interesting. You will understand the emotions. She going step by step. You'll understand the emotions that she felt, the thoughts that's going on in her head. And it's sort of like, I didn't really need it, but it sort of like validated me. And then she took up one of her episodes and said people were asking her questions, and some people were mean as to why did she do this? Why did she tell this, right? And again, it was just what I said. Sometimes it's time. Sometimes you have to release that. Same reason why I tell her that she was like, nobody knew what was going on. People don't know what's going on, right? Especially when it's some fuck shit. They don't know. You don't want to tell that, right? You've heard about her? Yes, listen, I am emotionally invested into this situation because I want to know how it ends. I ain't skipping a beat, right? And everything she was saying, like I said, it validated or confirmed my thoughts because it took me a minute to tell this, years to tell this shit, right? And I'm telling it to the world. You know what I mean? But and I'm going to write a whole book about it. But it's like you want to help somebody, you want to get it off your chest, you want to lift it from you and put it out there where it needs to be, not on you. Because you keep it to yourself, it's on you, right? And y'all got to check it out. Now, what I'm going to talk about today, because her person was a liar. He was way more of a liar than my ex. Liar. He lied about everything. He lied about stuff you didn't even need to lie about. Who is that? Go ahead. He lied about stuff that you didn't even need to lie about, right? Hold on, let me get back to my notes. The lying narcissist. And I'm skipping over some things that the natural order I was going to go in about narcissism, but because I've been watching this lady, we just going to talk about the lying narcissist right now. We're going to talk about the lying narcissist. And when I'm listening to this girl, he would lie about things, but he would be right on point with it. Didn't skip a beat, right? Didn't skip a beat. And they are compulsive liars. They are pathological liars. Now, at one time when I was with my ex, I looked up pathological liar and habitual liar, right? I'm going to do it now because I forgot the difference. But it says compulsive lying is associated with narcissistic and antisocial personality disorders, likely connected to the lack of empathy, that's that word, and propensity for exploitative behavior inherent in this disorders. Now, when I was watching her, I don't know what episode this was. It was deep into it. She's, after all the lies, I'm not going to tell y'all because I want y'all to watch it for yourselves. It's very interesting. Very interesting. I hope Netflix, Lifetime, BET, somebody picked this up, right? She said that he was lying, right? And just lost my train of thought because has me so mesmerized, right? But anyway, the lying. Oh, okay. So he would tell lies that because she said he wanted to see the reaction. And remember, I told y'all that my ex, if I'm having a good time or whatever the situation is, and I think we're having a good time, but actually I was having a good time, he would do something to derail that to see the reaction. He wanted to see me that break. He wanted to see what it was going to be like, right? And that's a true sick individual, right? Hey, glad to see you back, Queen. That's a true sick individual. So he would do these things to her, and I'm not going to tell y'all because I want y'all to watch it because it's very captivating. Very captivating. If there's a such thing as a social media award, she needs that because you can feel her emotions. And for somebody that has went through what she went through, I understand totally, right? But they like to see a reaction. They're sick like that. They like to see a reaction. Remember, I told y'all once he thought he had broke me for the moment, then he would want to have sex. That's the sick part, right? He would want to have sex. It actually made his penis hard. Okay. Anyway, let me get back to where I was. So they do this to inflate themselves, but they also do this to because they can't help it. There's a disorder, right? They have no empathy, so they don't care about the lie that they tell and how it's going to affect you. They don't care how it's going to affect you. I equate narcissist person. I can't imagine being a narcissist because they're empty inside. They're black. There's nothing in there. I don't even know how that's possible, right? Because, you feel stuff about, you feel a way about things, right? They have not. They have none of that. They have none of that. And so, like I said, I looked up. I knew that he was a sociopath after a while because I was Googling things, right? I knew that he was a sociopath. I knew that he was a liar, but I didn't know if he was a habitual liar or a pathological liar. I didn't know the difference, but I'm going to tell y'all in a minute because I forgot it. But anyway, it's common knowledge that manipulative personalities tend to engage in a great deal of pathological lying. So I guess he was a pathological liar. And deceit. That deceit thing, y'all. Because you would like to think that the person that you laying down with, that you sharing emotions and life and fluids with, would not be deceitful, right? You would like to think that they're not going to deceive you. I think deceit is one of the worst things in the world. One of the absolute worst. To be looking at somebody and lying at them all the time. Just looking at them and lying to them. And under the pretense of we together. Whether you lie, period. I don't like lies, period. But your man definitely or your woman should definitely not be lying to you, right? In fact, compulsive lying is associated we know that, with narcissism, right? Connected to the lack of empathy, right? So how do they get away with their lies? Covert wolves in sheep's clothing build a very convincing, charismatic, false mask for society and often have a great deal of social proof in the form of enabling supporters who believe in their facade. They lead double lives and engage in con artistry under the radar, often going unnoticed for years. And like I said, I'm pretty sure in my case, his friends and family did not know to the extent of who he was, really. I'm sure they didn't. Because they would not have, maybe they would have, but I doubt it. They was good people, would not have promoted from beginning to the middle, damn near to the end, us being together, right? There are common lies narcissists and sociopaths tell their victims that, if translated to the truth, would expose the reality behind their actions. Some of these phrases can be uttered by those who are not narcissists. Like, people have traits of narcissism. That doesn't mean they're a narcissist. It takes a whole combination of things, right? However, when expressed by a predatory personality in the context of manipulation, the following statements carry a far different and darker meaning. That was a lot. Let me say that one more time. When expressed by a predatory personality, I was preyed upon. Hey, Catrice, how are you? I was preyed upon, right? In the context of manipulation, I was definitely manipulated, and he tried, and it didn't work a lot of the times. There came the conflict when it didn't work. The following statements carry a different and darker meaning. So it's darker. So this is one of the examples. I would never lie to you. Well, that's a lie, right? They like to think that people are obsessed with them. They want you to be obsessed with them. So when you act out, cry out, beg, and do all that stuff, that just thrills them. That doesn't make them feel sorry. That just feeds into their whatever it is, their need for you to be like that, right? This is a person telling their truth. My past victim discovered my infidelity, my falsehoods, and even gained a momentary glance behind the mask. They called me out, even tried to expose me. They tried to hold me accountable for my actions. Don't be surprised if they reach out to warn you, but by the time they do, you'll be convinced they're crazy and obsessed with me. This is what he tells the people. And he had me thinking a female friend of his that is now a friend of mine still wanted him. That narrative went on for years. I ain't know no better, right? Um, and he would say things like, they're just stalking me because they want me back so desperately. They think everybody wants them out, right? They lie. One of the main lies they say is, I'm hanging out with friends. That's that's the main lie. I'm hanging out with friends, right? Or they're so busy. They also like to tell you that they miss you and they love you and they just checking in. Now, mine did never say the love, but it was always the checking in, right? Uh, and the person that they're cheating with means nothing to them. And 9 times out of 10, they don't. But they will continue to do. So if it's not that person, it'll be somebody else, right? Um, when a narcissist get caught lying, they will either deny, deflect, devalue, or dismiss you. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna deny. Like I used to watch. Like I told y'all, would have proof of the lie, and he would deny, deny, deny. And I said, oh, he's gonna die with the lie. No facial expression of, a lot of times people lie. They got a tick. They got something that they do. Like my youngest son, I can always tell when he lies because he has the same face he has when he was a little boy, right? And telling a lie, even as a grown man. So some people you could tell. If you know them, you could tell when they lie. You couldn't tell. That's the scary part. That's the dark part. You can't tell when they're lying. You have to research. When this lady I'm telling y'all to watch, Risa Tisa on TikTok, who was that just came in? Catrice? Say that one more time. Okay. Catrice, I'm telling them about a lady. I'm doing two things at once. There's a lady on TikTok. She's probably going viral, right? Her story is called, she's about 50 parts. It's called Who TF Did I Marry, right? Her name is Risa Tisa. And after the first episode, I knew that she was dealing with a narcissist. And the things that he did to her, the way she responded, is the way that I responded. Now, he was much worse than the person I was with, right? Because he went big with the lies, right? They're very grandiose. He went big, big, big. He played all the parts. He went big, right? I'm not going to tell y'all because I want y'all to watch it and we can later discuss tomorrow, whenever y'all watch it, right? What you think, because she's clearly with a narcissist and she says it after a while, right? Deny and reflect. So they will deny, deflect, devalue. You're always going to be devalued with a narcissist. I don't give a damn if you Michelle Obama, they're going to devalue you. If they're with you, they're going to devalue you. You cannot be more than they are. So they're going to always devalue you. I don't care what great accomplishments you had. And that used to bug me. Like, I know who I am, but you would like to hear congratulations, good job, I'm proud of you, go sis, from your man. You want to hear that, but you're not going to hear that. Not going to hear that. Or they'll dismiss you. My ex was very good for denying all of these shit. Deny, deflect, devalue, dismiss. And the way he would dismiss 9 times out of 10 is he'd just walk away. If he could, just walk away. The one or two times when he couldn't walk away, couldn't leave the house, couldn't go downstairs or whatever, and I was at his house, and where you going? Because I'm at his house, right? That's when I told you his face. I'm never going to forget how his face, I was trying to find that movie, and then people turned into devils, because that's what it reminds me of, right? I can't think of the name of the movie. Hey, Miss Carter. But it's always deny, deflect, devalue, and dismiss you. What you are to a narcissist is just somebody to feed their ego and to have sex with if you're in a relationship with them. And to see how many ways they get a thrill out of seeing how they can manipulate you. Now, mind you, you might not even know you're being manipulated because you think you being a good person, a good woman, a good girl, all the things, right? Good friend. But they like to see reactions. And the bigger the reaction, the better, right? They like to see reaction. They like to take you up to drop you down. Why? I do not know. I do not know, but they like to see that. Your disappointment or your sadness brings them glee. If that ain't some demonic shit, right? I'm gonna do everything I can to make you happy, and then it ain't gonna it's gonna go down. It's gonna be downhill from here, baby. I just learned those 4Ds, and that's some yeah. I'm good. Yeah. I'm telling you, listen, this lady, I want y'all to go check out her story because it's captivating, right? I got things to do today. But when I get a moment, I'm going to go get back to it probably tonight. But let me tell y'all, I'm happy to say for y'all that know, I have finished part one, step one of editing my book, adding and doing my own editing, right? Now I got to get with the professionals. I finished that this morning. I'm so happy. Now I have to get with the professionals. I don't know how long it's going to take. I'm going to, I got to get with the professionals, right? And how much it's going to cost and so on and so forth. And then I have to pay for, before I do that, I'm going to find out what that costs, but then what that entails. But then I'm going to reach out to the book cover person. I'm going to do that. That's my next step. That's $45, whatever it is. Got to get that money together. So if y'all want to cash at me, please cash at me. Because I am, thank you, Classy Boots. Thanks, Neat. Because I am, that's my next step is to get my cover, right? And then I have to, because I'm thinking about, I got to confer with one of my friends who wrote a book. I'm thinking about publishing it two ways, with Amazon and with a publisher. But when you do it with a publisher, it costs money. I don't know how much it costs, so I got to get with them, and they're going to give me a quote. I'll probably do that tomorrow or the next day. I'm not sure. Right. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow I'll do that. Because today, I got to implement what my IT person, my support team, has put in place for me as soon as I finish, after I come back from the store. Then I'm going to record my video and my shorts and all the things for the day, all my YouTube stuff. And then I'm going to implement with my notes. Y'all see my notes? Ooh, my went dark. My notes, I'm going to implement what my IT support staff told me to do. Thank you, Kid Cheese. I really appreciate that. I need y'all. Let me tell y'all something. I need y'all more now than ever. I'm trying to find me another job because my job is slowed down. I need money. I can't manage without money. I'm trying to find a job, trying to get my book out, and I'm trying to grow my channel. It's a lot, right? I love a book, but digital release is probably cheaper. Yeah. And that's, yeah. But see, I want a paper. I want paper because I want a book. And I want digital. Those are my next steps. After I talk with the book cover person, I don't know which way I should do it. That's why I got to talk with my friend who wrote a book last year. Because I don't know if I should. Because I think with the book cover, I don't know if with the book cover person I need that number. There's a number you need, IDM number, some kind of number that you need for your book. I'm not sure. So I'm going to find those steps out tonight after I talk to my friend. What's the next step I need to do? But know that I'm working, y'all. It's taking me longer. It's taking me longer because I'm doing like 3-4 things at one time with no money, right? So that's that, right? But anyway, back to the line, narcissist child. Now let's see. Now they say here the difference between narcissistic and benevolent lies. I guess a benevolent lie is something you got to tell. Now this is what my ex. So there go the 4Ds. We're gonna get into this, Keatrice. I know you better. Everybody want one. Everybody wants one. Everybody wants one. What I'm going to do when it gets on down the road is because I don't know how do I get the books and how, because I'm sure it's a way I can have books and sell them to my people, right? So those are the ones that I'll be autographing. But I'm also going to be, my Cash App, let me put it in here. I'm also going to be in a bookstore with book signings too. Probably one in Cleveland and one here. Hold on, my cash out. I plan to do that because you don't have to be famous or nobody. You can just set it up with them. You got to do it months in advance though. So once I get the actual book in the form and all that, and get me some books, then I'm gonna have a book signing. That's down the road a little bit. But I've been doing my research and I'm working, y'all. I'm working on a lot of things at one time. Okay, here's my cash app. I just pinned it. I'm doing a lot of things, y'all. A lot of things. But anyway, back to the 4Ds. Deny. It wasn't me. I didn't do that. That's not what happened. That's not what happened used to burn me when I know what I know. I know what I saw. I know what I remember, right? And what got me, y'all, I told y'all when I found that picture of him and somebody, I know I got the picture, nigga. I'm looking at the picture. Right? He still denied. Probably denied till today, right? They will deny any and all of your allegations. Any of it. And if it get too heated, they'll stop talking, right? Or just dismiss themselves, right? But generally, they will deny, or they'll deflect, right? Deflect is, you did this. It's your fault. Somebody else dropped the ball. This happened because of what somebody else did. They ain't never gonna take no blame, ever. And if they say I'm sorry, it's not meaningful. It's not meaningful. It's not meaningful at all. Okay, I'm sorry. You ain't sorry if you say it like that, right? Okay, I'm sorry. That make you feel better? Shit like that, right? To even devalue. Now, this is the devalue part. You ain't even going to give me a righteous apology. You ain't going to give me a righteous understanding of what just happened, right? So the devalue. Again, it's your fault. You the problem. You caused this. I did this because of you. I know my ex, when I'm reading this stuff, y'all, and I'm listening to other people's experience, I had red flags even before we bought the house. I had red flags in the first 90 days, probably in the first 30, but for sure, in the first 90 days, I had flags. I did. I can remember 2 of them distinctly like it was yesterday, right? One time, I told you he broke up with me, and this was new. We was fresh with it, right? And, okay, he broke up. I was a little hurt. He was out of town with his friends or something, and he wouldn't answer the phone. See, he would do stuff. Now I really got to understand it after watching this lady. He would do stuff to invoke a reaction. He liked when I would call his phone 15 times in a row. He liked that, right? And then when I call, I would say some crazy shit, and he hang up or I hang up, right? Usually, it would be me hanging up and then call right back. You know how we do as women. I'm going to say a bunch of crazy shit, hang up, think some more crazy shit, say it, hang up. He liked all that. Right? So there was 2 times. There was that time, and when he knocked on the door, he said, you did this to me. Immediately, he blamed me for the reason why he came back. You came back because you wanted to, right? Another time, very, very early on, I don't know if it was 30, 60, or 90 days, I was so happy with him. I was so excited to be with this man. And I said, is there any room for anybody else? Why I asked that, I don't know. But I guess the Holy Spirit was trying to enlighten me, right? And he looked me right in my face and did like this. Right then, I should have cut the ties. Nigga, you interested in somebody else? Let me go ahead on. Right? I did not. And when I'm listening to this lady, she said it was intoxicating. He did her the same way, man. That love bombing, but he continued to pay all the bills. Now, this is some woman. You struggling. You barely making it. You paying your bills. You living all right. You paying your bills, but it's a struggle. You ain't got no extras. So here comes somebody. This man jumped into her life, paid all the bills, and the rent. Child, that's how you can get into it. That's how you can get into that trap, right? The devalue. Now, dismiss. It don't matter. Can we move on? That's the thing. They don't want to hear you. If you got a legitimate argument and you want to get your points across, they ain't going to really let you get them points across. They will, but they ain't paying you no attention. They will, okay, let's move on. All right, what's the solution? My ex would always say, okay, we never got the problem. Now, what's the solution? I deal with solutions. That's what he would always say, right? I deal with solution. What's the solution? I can't stop you from lying, nigga. I don't want to talk about this right now or just forget it, right? You ain't gonna never, ever, and that's why we argue so much. And I couldn't understand as I was writing my book, like, why did we argue so much? But the more I The more I read up on my narcissism, I realize why we argued so much. Because that was the intent. That was the intent, right? And once I stopped it, it disrupted his world. You know, because I ain't even talking to you now. I'm not talking to you. You can't lie to me. You can't argue with me. I'm not talking to you. Talk to the air or the space or something, right? And that's what it was, right? Let me see what these people say. Uh, it's not easy to spot a liar. That's another thing. You have to give yourself some grace. If you've ever been with somebody and they was a liar and they was lying to you, you don't go into a relationship or you don't go into something looking for stuff. You're not a detective right away. If you is, that ain't the person you be with. You go into it with a loving heart and an open heart, and you wishing for the best, right? Sociopathic behavior, yeah, definitely for sure. We're gonna talk about that this week. Um, there's little evidence that specific behaviors such as fidgeting are indicators of dishonesty. Mine would fidget. If I pinned him down, he would fidget. Other than that, it was smooth. His face wouldn't change unless I pinned him down. I told you. And I only saw that once in 10, 11, 12 years. I only saw that once, maybe twice. Once I distinctly remember because it's burned in my head, right? I remember it like it was yesterday. Oh, they said there are some ways to boost honesty. This is what the people say, ways to boost honesty. If I got to do all this for you to be honest, I don't want to be with you. But let's see what they say. Ask the person to put their hand on their heart, right? According to a study, this simple gesture prompts more truthful replies. I think that only works with somebody that got good sense. I don't think it worked with a narcissist. Because shit, we used to hold hands and pray together and do all that shit. Didn't change nothing, right? Pour some coffee. I know that didn't work with mine. He drank coffee around the clock. Caffeine helps sleep-deprived individuals resist unethical behavior. Didn't work for mine. Didn't work for mine, that's right. Moral mornings. Self-control is at its height in the morning and is depleted throughout the course of the day. Okay, that makes sense. So you at your best in the morning. We know that, right? Studies show that people are less likely to cheat, lie, steal, or engage in unethical behavior early in the day. Keep this in mind next time you want to ask your partner an important question or schedule a business meeting, blah, blah, blah. A power breakfast may be more revealing than a fancy dinner. With my ex, and I don't know if this worked with narcissists because it got to a point, and this was right in the middle, this towards the end. His girlfriend would call him in the morning, first thing. And I said, didn't I tell you for her to not call it? Stop calling your phone. He would lie about that, right? But I knew it was her. I knew it was a woman. Yeah, that's what I said. The coffee is a lie. He drank coffee. He woke up. He drank coffee all day. He drank more coffee than he did eat food. Turn up the lights. Tidy up. None of this shit ain't for real because I did all this shit. Hang portraits. No, that's my whole house was like that. And I even did his house like that. So all that cleaning up, I cleaned up his house all the time. My house stayed clean. That didn't do. That didn't work. That didn't work. That didn't work. What do you say to a narcissist when they lie? They say here, say you're not interested in that behavior. Make it clear. See, this is, I don't know what type of narcissist these is, because I don't know, must not be the black man narcissist, right? This might be the white man narcissist. They're a little easy probably to deal with. Does a narcissist know they are lying? So this is the scary part. It says many narcissists genuinely believe their lies. I've always been told that somebody tell a lie long enough, they start to believe it, right? She was calling him early in the morning like that. Yeah, on his cell phone, yeah. She was calling him like she slept with the nigga. Yeah. She was calling him early in the morning. No regards. And I told him, I said, listen, stop that. And he was like, I told you. One time, this is what he said to me. I should have punched him in the throat. He said, after I had told him, and it's probably simmered down for a minute, and then she did it again, and he said, well, it did slow down or something like shit. I did the shit. It was so many times I should have not dealt with him. But again, and when y'all watch this lady, she says the same thing I say, out of fear. You stay out of fear. What gonna happen when this man ain't here to help me? Yeah, he had a lot of nerve. He ain't nothing but nerve. He had a lot of nerve. He had a lot of audacity all of the time, right? All of the time. Got to remember, these are very arrogant, egotistical people. So they got nothing but nerve. They got a lot of nerve. They ain't got no empathy. They don't give a damn how you feel. They don't give a damn how you feel. You know what I'm saying? There have been several times, probably 2, 3, 4, that I cried. I'm talking about cried. Didn't phase them at all. Not that way you would like it to do. Hey, celebrate your darkness. Hey. So, they believe what they're saying some of the time, but a lot of times they're lying to fit their purpose. To me, it's like that's part of the abuse on you. It is. It is. It's mental. And then when I was watching this lady on TikTok, the words she uses, the words I use, she was like the mind fuck, because that's what it is. It's a mind fuck. You in a state, uh, after a while, you in a constant state of confusion. You trying to decipher. You feeling like a detective. You feeling like Blues Clues, Agatha Christie. You figured I got to figure this out. Let me figure this out. What's going on? You detecting, right? It's too much. It's too much. It's too much. And I just believe that, people say you got to work at a man. You probably do the work to be nice. And I don't know. I just believe that it should not be that hard. That's what I believe. It should not be that hard, right? What happens when you confront a narcissist with the truth? Instead of feeling bad and taking responsibility for their actions, they will more likely retaliate and use any number of narcissistic defenses, all those we just talked about, in order to try to shame and blame you. So when you finish with the conversation, okay, you got all your ducks in a row, I'm about to tell you this, this, and that. This is why it became, for me, it became a psychological game. Since I know this is what we're doing now, after I realized I was being mind fucked and lied to repeatedly on purpose. Okay, this is what we're doing. So now I'm gonna I'm gonna strap up and I'm gonna play the game with you, right? Which is not the right thing to do. But it made me feel better when I could say in my mind, just between me and God, I got my lick back, right? But then you can sort of become like them, towards them, not with everybody, but towards them, you become what they are, right? Because you got to, how you fight the devil? You listen with your Bible and prayer and all that, but I wasn't fighting like that. I'm fighting you how I know how to fight you, right? Now this person says, how do narcissists, we already know what they do, they deny. Now there's something, this lady says, 5 shocking things that happened, that happened when she confronted her narcissist. Now I can probably about tell what happened. Let's see. Hold on. My phone. 5 things that happened. Basically what they do is they lash out. If you're not accepting of the lie, they're gonna lash out. They're gonna lash out with words, right? Yeah, it's very exhausting. I'm telling you, I equated it to being on a hamster wheel, just round and round and round and round, and you never get to a resolve. That's why, towards the end, I said, I'm not talking to you no more. I'm just not talking. I'm just not gonna talk. Just put the money on the wood. You will communicate through text and stuff. I'm not talking to you anymore. I don't want to talk. And again, I just thought about it when I was listening to this lady. She did that. She didn't do it to the no talking, but she just was tired of the confrontation. So whenever he told a lie, she knew he was lying. She would just spin it another kind of way so that he would believe she believed the lie. That's what she was doing. She was making him believe that she believed the lie. That's how you quail a lot of stuff, right? You just, I would argue because I'm like, no, you told me this. This was, I couldn't understand it, right? I just could not understand it. I could not understand it for the life of me, y'all. That somebody wake up every day and that's who you are. So it says, here we go. How do you terrify a narcissist? Be authoritative, which I was. Show no emotion. Don't let them get a word in edgewise. Disagree with everything they say. Act cool when you don't even feel like you're cool. Be confident and assertive. Stand up to them. Don't back down. Make them work for their approval. Now, I did these things, y'all. I did do these things. I did these things. I did do these things. I did. at the end because I was so enamored and in love and all that shit. Oh wow, I did do those things, just because I was tired. I was just tired, right? I was tired, You can't, everybody want a loving, happy relationship, right? And with them, you're not gonna get that. You're gonna get some things. You're gonna get some material things. You might get a lot of material things, right? But you're not gonna get those internal things that you need from your man. You're not gonna get that. The love, the care, um, the concern, and they may be concerned about a few things, but probably how it fits into their life, right? But the comfort is fake. The comfort is fake. And the reason why I say that because like I said, we cuddled a lot. We were close. We were close in that way, right? That shit was fake, and it probably was a strain on him. This is the early years, not later on. We didn't do that. I didn't want to touch me. I didn't want to breathe the same air he breathed. But we were close, and this is why he was able to manipulate and stay in my good grace, so to speak, because of the closeness, the fake closeness, the fake closeness. Things that got me messed up. Now I'm going into relationships hard. Yeah, you just take your time, though. This is what I say to anybody, any woman especially. Take your time and ask questions and get to know them as best as you can before you start having sexual relations. Now, if you think you know everything in 1 or 2 days, fine. But if you do, know that you starting a soul tie, right? That you starting a soul tie. And a lot of times, I guess in my case, they think they're sexual gods, right? So you got to be careful with that. Yeah, friendships and everything. Yeah, you got to be careful with that. You got to have conversations because had I had conversations with my ex, we'd have never got together. I didn't have conversations. I didn't have conversations with anybody before him like I do now. Shit, you like me, I like you. Cool. What we about to do? Where we going? What we about to do? Right? Well, that's your trust. So you got to build up your trust. I don't know how to tell you to do that because I'm not a professional, but you have to build up trust. And the only way, this is what I'm saying for me, the only way I can build up trust is if I keep talking to you and you show me who you are. And even then, you don't really know, but at least, I got something to go with, right? And when you say that and do that, like, perfect example. A guy friend, let me tell y'all this before we go. My guy friend that called himself liking me so much and he reached back out to me and blah, 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 blah. Child, I ain't heard from him since Thursday, right? Supposedly we was going to go somewhere this weekend, right? Thursday night, he said, I'll call you back and let you know when and all that and that and that and when he get paid from the job, right? Okay, cool. Thursday night, he didn't call me. I don't care. I go to sleep, watch TV, go to sleep, whatever, right? Friday, he don't text me in the morning. He don't call me. Saturday, he don't text me. He don't call me. Sunday, he don't text me. He don't call me. Last night, I said, I'm just going to show this nigga that I know what you're doing, right? So he didn't call me. He don't know I got 2 phones, right? So I called him from the main number. Of course, he didn't answer. I called him from the other number. Hello. I said, oh, so I got to call you from a different phone, huh? And I just wanted to fuck with him. I'm no longer interested. Not well. I'm just, I got to get up and go to work. I said, so that means get off the phone? Yeah. I just wanted him to know that I know what you're doing. I done blocked him. I'm good, sir. I just want you to know that I know you ain't hurt my feelings, right? I just want you to know that I know. You know what I'm saying? I know you was a liar. And I had told him that last week. Like, you're really not that interested in me by the things that you do. If I have to tell you 10 times that I work on the weekends, you should know that. Why do you got to ask me, oh, you work this weekend? I done told you that 15 times, nigga. You ain't heard me. You haven't heard me. And why haven't you heard me? Because you're not that interested in me. You don't care. You don't care. So this is why I say y'all have conversations with dudes. Have conversations with dudes. Yeah, mine. Yeah, he didn't never know I need 2 phones for my business and shit. What I'm doing, but he didn't know I had 2 phones. I never told him. I never tell any man that I have 2 phones. So you don't need it. You don't need to know, right? But I called him from that number to satisfy myself. That was to close the chapter with me. Like the last time he didn't call me, I didn't think nothing about it. I didn't care because I didn't like him like that, right? I didn't know him enough to like him like that. But when he called me and said he lost his phone and somebody died and all the shit they say, right? I said, oh, okay, cool. Because he kept calling me, he kept inboxing me. He didn't have my number. So I was wondering why he was inboxing me and not calling me. He didn't have my number because he lost the phone. So I said, okay. After he said that, I said, okay, cool. I'll call you, right? This time I got you blocked because you never get back into my space. Because I knew. See, we know. And I may never be in a relationship. I hope that's not the case. As a matter of fact, I don't even want to speak that out there. But I know the things that I did prior to my ex, I do not do now. If a man is not paying you any attention, he's not interested in you. He interested in fucking you. He ain't interested in you. He ain't not interested in you. You might look nice when he show you off with his friends. He got a purpose for you, and it ain't a good one. It's not gonna go in your favor, right? And I told him that. I said, you don't pay me enough attention, because I would have to repeat myself about 2 or 3 or 4 things. You ain't heard me say it, nigga. I done said it 5 times. We done talked about this before. You ain't paying me no attention because you're not that interested. You want me to serve the purpose for you, whatever that purpose may be. Before you go, can you speak a little more on your experience with the dismissed part of the D's? For me, with my ex, the dismissed would he just walk away. Shit, he just go on here about his business. Now, if I caught him when he couldn't walk away, let's say, like I said, at his house or around his friends, then he would talk. Because the one time he quit me, and I didn't know he quit me. I think this was the first time he did this, right? He had quit me. See, he had quit me before, early on, but I knew that. Okay, I'm tired of you, boom, cool, bye. All right, cool. But one time once I got into him, he had quit me and didn't let me know he had quit me. So I'm genuinely concerned. Is you dead? Is you sick? Is you in the hospital? I go around his friends where he be at his gambling spot. He come walking outside with everybody else. Oh, nigga, you ignoring me. So he couldn't clown out or act out there because he didn't want his friends to see that. He didn't want his friends to see that. But if you corner them publicly, they'll be all right. If you corner them at home or it's just you two, he just definitely walk away. Yeah, like I see that. Like me, like I like you. I know that's right. That's what I say, right? But you have to talk. It's so very important to talk because if you talk and if you listen, you'll find out a whole bunch of things. Hey, friend, I'm about to leave. Hey, Tabitha, what's going on? He said, she said, and last night, so your channel was up because it seemed like I caught something and I thought it was somebody else and it was you. Am I correct? Your channel was up? He said, she said has a channel, y'all. So y'all go over there and subscribe. Kia Treese, one of the Jack Squad members, has a channel. She said, he said. So go subscribe to her. But I was telling everybody, y'all, I was telling them, Tabitha, about the lady on TikTok. The title of, she's got about 50 episodes. So you go 10 minutes now on TikTok. I didn't know that because I ain't been on there in a minute. She has about 50 episodes. It is called Who the Fuck Did I Marry? But it's Who TF Did I Marry? Put that in the search bar and start from episode 1. Very, very captivating. She's with a narcissist. He was a liar. He lied way bigger than mine. He was a big liar. And she married him. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. Because I ran across it. And I said, oh, you was talking about the church people or something, I think. And I hit it because I wanted to know. And I said, oh, this is my girl. So, yeah, y'all go subscribe. But the lady on TikTok, her name is Risa Tisa. But if you put in Who TF Did I Marry, you'll see it. Type that in. Let me put it in here. This is how it look. That's how it look. If you put that in the search bar on TikTok, right? Or her name on TikTok is that's her name. Or vice versa. Let me see what is her name. Risa Tisa. Hold on. Yeah, Risa Tisa, like I put it. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Check it out. Very captivating. And I'm telling you, after the first, she didn't say it at first, but after the first episode, I said, oh, he's a narcissist, right? And all the things she said, all the way she felt, validated me and my feelings. Now, this happened to her in 2020 and 2021, 2022. So, she told it pretty much right away after a year or so. It took me 5 years to tell the story, right? Took me 5 years. And I think the only reason why I really told the story is because I realized that he was a narcissist. And then I got a platform and I said, okay, I need to tell the story. But I was still shamed and maybe a little embarrassed. I don't know. But I know I was definitely shamed of it, right? I'm ashamed of that, right? Because Jackie, how you gonna let somebody do that to you? Not you. Not you. But I did, right? But listen to her, and she had the same emotions and feelings that I did, right? Now, at 8 o'clock, y'all, I'm going live. What we talking about tonight? Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think, one thing we're going to talk about, y'all. Y'all see that Portia's... See, I usually talk about stuff like this on reality TV, but this is too hot to not talk about today. I got to talk about this today at 8 o'clock. I got to dig into it when I come back from the store after I eat. I'm hungry now. But y'all see Portia's husband, Simon Guobadia, can't become a U.S. citizen because of his scamming background. So they say. Okay, we'll talk about it tomorrow. I like to tell it to shame them. I like to tell it to shame. Yeah, because that whole thing is way big, Tabitha. That listen, that whole pastors in the pulpit down low situation is big. I ain't never heard of him with you. Thank you, Nick. All right, see you tonight. Yeah, because it's big, Tabitha. That thing is he named names. Like I said, I don't know all them names. I've heard of them, but he named names. And one of the names they keep bringing up is Shiny husband. Why they keep bringing up his name? I need to know that. Why they keep bringing up it? And then, people have said that there's conferences, there's places they go to, and they all congregate there. Like, he has that look. I looked at him. I got to look at him again. Does he? Does he? Is his pants tight? Is his booty high? I got to look at him again. I got to study him. I got to look. Do he have a look? Oh, you had never heard of that 4Ds. Yeah. I knew of them, but I didn't know they actually classified it as that. But I knew that's what they do. I didn't know he had that look, Tabitha. I got to look at him again. Oh, wow. But they keep bringing his name up on all these blog channels. They keep talking about it. They mention his name. Like when they mention the other pastors, they mention his name. And I kept, at first I was like, Keon Henderson. I kept saying, I'd heard that name, right? This was the other day. Last few days, I was like, I never heard of Keon. Who is Keon Henderson? I didn't heard of him. Child, I forgot it was Shiny husband. But anyway, y'all, I'm getting ready to go to the store. I'm starving. I am starving. Gotta get me something to eat and come back and do some YouTube stuff. I'll see y'all tonight at 8. Hopefully, God willing. Everybody be cool. And I'll see y'all tonight. Bye-bye. I know this just didn't go live.